Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Oh, seems like the button I used to start recording actually is a quick save. Alright, so welcome to some more irae. I was supposed to play it until 4 AM yesterday, but I kind of went to sleep. So yeah, anywho. The first episode really got me pumped to this, and I'm looking forward to the whole story. So let's go! November 29, 2016, Mount Fuji, Aokigahara, Sea of Trees. Okay, I know this place, the Suicide Forest. 27 minutes past 3 AM. And speaking of Aokigahara, we've been in this forest in one of the games not so long ago. Well, if you were there with me as well. So yeah. The entire area was engulfed by crimson flames. A torrent of sheer energy had emerged from a nearby cave, mowing down trees and setting them ablaze. This place was a crevice in the fabric of space, a meeting point for the ley lines which spread across the earth like a net. A lone man emerged from the cave. Oh, that guy. He wore a rosary and a kazak, signaling his status as a holy member of the cloth. Indeed, the warm smile playing across his lips was what one would expect from a man of God. Yet could a man appearing in a place like this in the dead of night, emerging outside an inferno, truly be a servant of the divine? Yeah. I mean, if you read the Bible, you probably would know what God was so capable of making people do, right? No offense, but really. So I guess something like that is possible as well. And kneeling before him in servitude was a young woman with jet black hair. What? Say what? Her skin color and features clearly identified her as a native of this land. She spoke reverently, her face as expressionless as that of a statue.
ご無礼をお許しください。生産杯芸家、バレリア・トリファ狩猟代行。あなたをここへお呼びしたのは、この私の意向です。自己紹介は必要ですか？
Well, you could introduce yourself to me, for sure, because I have no idea who you might be. And that's problematic.
いいえ。
What the hell are you talking about, Blondie? I need to know!
レオンハルト、あなたのことは覚えていますよ。キルヒ愛禅教の後を継がれた時は、まだほんの子供でしたが、美しく、そして強くなられましたね。
恐縮です。
Leonhard? I really have no idea who that is for. So yeah, some more information would be nice. You know? Hello? Guys, tell me more! Unpleasant moaning could be heard echoing throughout the area. Well, I guess so. They were likely the souls of the men and women that had taken their own lives within this forest. The young woman paid them no heed, even as they continued to make their presence known. The priest, in contrast, inhaled them all with affection, making them his own. A blasphemous scene, an affront to all that was just. It was identical to the events of Berlin 61 years prior. Was this perhaps a continuation of what had begun that night? A priest with a voice that sang its word before him, a young woman offering nothing but the humblest of words. They exchanged a few greetings, but nothing of note. Trifles such as how the priest had travelled from the other side of the earth by traversing its ley lines, and how the girl had altered his original path in order to lead him here. Apologies and explanations for her impudent action, as well as the reason why the priest could not possibly journey there at the present time, all those were of secondary importance, unnecessary to discuss here. There was but one thing of value.
ではこれより共に戦の続きを始めましょうか。
That one crucial point, and that alone. That they were preparing to finally unveil to the world the supreme performance they had spent so many moons preparing. Now then, may the curtains of Grand Guignol rise? Slaughter, butcher, massacre till no more is left. Violate, conquer, and consecrate. Let there be victory. Let there be conquest. And thus,
神、これを欲したもん。忠誠こそ我が名誉。
they would repeat their struggle as many times as necessary. They would continue fighting to the very limits of time itself. They had sworn to do so, and so they were bound to carry out this task. The young woman's recital of the oath of their holy crusade was met by the priest's own blessings. And so, on that night, in that forest, the legion that had vowed to destroy the world began to stir, unbeknownst to any. So yeah. Okay, give me a second. Because are you serious, game? That was all a prologue and I could have done that in one episode. God damn it. Well, I could still merge it. But do I want to? Nah. Alright, so I guess that was a prologue. I guess that was all the prologue, and I really could stick in one episode over 1 hour long. I'm a little not happy about that fact, but I can live with that. We'll continue from this point on, of course. So basically, new game will be started. So then, let's begin the new game, actually. Okay, new game, Maria route, Kasumi route, Ki route, and Rhea route. So I read more or less on what we should do, actually. And we are going to new game, of course. Basically choosing one of those routes aside allows us to basically skip the choices, I think, and follow to the correct ending or something like that. But that's not the point. We are going new game and we will see how this will turn out exactly. If only time could just stop. It was... Sorry, I got stuck in the freaking cable from my headphones for a second there. Right, it was impossible to determine the single greatest moment of your life until you were looking back on things from your deathbed, of course. But I was sure everyone had wished for something similar at least once. It was only human to wish for fun times to continue, to want to live a moment of glory. It felt only human to wish to hang on to the here and now. Even should its brilliance eventually fade, that still beat losing it. The known was comforting, the unknown terrifying. Everyone must have experienced this sort of anxiety before. Especially students like me. It was hardly unusual to experience this sort of feeling. After all, we were all at the part of our lives where we had to start thinking about college, getting a job, and just the future in general. We were in the uneasy transition period between childhood and adulthood, so it felt unnatural we'd start obsessing with the mundane. One could call it living for the moment, a kind of escapism that arose when you didn't have both feet on the ground. For better or worse, it was the sort of infection that didn't really do anyone any harm. You could just write it off as another facet of youth. But I didn't want to ever get over this particular strain of misless myself. After all, my life up to this point had been more than comfortable. It might have been a boring, commonplace one, but I was fine with it continuing that way forever. If time flew when you were having fun, then the solution was simply not to have fun in the first place. It was best to steer away from the unknown and stick to the default path. Are you suggesting something to me, game? Who knew what sort of trouble you might encounter on the road less traveled by? I want to go that less traveled by road. I was enamored enough of my current environment to actually entertain more than just entertain, in fact. Ridiculous notions like that. To turn one's back on the unknown and seek only the known. You could describe it as playing a game while looking at a wall through. That was my Ren Fuji's way of life. Always had been, and hopefully always would be. I figured that I could keep my internal sense of time set on slow if I kept up this line of thinking. Really? Is that so? Well, I will believe you, I guess. Should I? Well, we'll see about that. Stopping time completely was impossible after all, unfortunately. So you could consider these thoughts of your mind to be a kind of compromise, the closest possible realistic approach. I thought that I understood that nothing lasted forever, that something being finite meant that its end could come at any time.
じゃあお前、例えば自分の人生を小説だと考えてみろ。
Up until the day where he had to go and say that.
漫画でもゲームでも何でもいいが、とにかく一人称語りで進む長編だ。自分をその主人公だと考えろ。
Okay, you dude look familiar to someone and I don't like that, but that's a good point. A story that continues from the cradle to the grave. An epic saga that details each and every event and person that comes into your life, from the minute to the monumental. Think of life as something like that, he said.
そこで質問。今自分が綴ってる小説は実際のとこ面白いのか？主人公としてお前はキャラが立ってるのか？
No. As far back as I could remember, Shiro had a habit of suddenly going on and on about shit that didn't make sense like this. Most of the time, it was just to try to get a rise out of me.
文法が怪しいとか、語彙が貧弱だとか、そういうスキルのこと言ってんじゃない。ただドラマとして、売りになりそうな花なりトゲなり毒なりを持っているか。さらに同じジャンルを囲った中でも、抜きん出ている何かがあるか。自分がやらなくても、他の誰かがやるような人生なら、生き続ける意味はない。こんなところやそんなところで、誰でもできるようなジャンルやっててもしゃあないだろ。
Wise words.
連れとだべってバカやって、女作ったり部活やったり、悪くはないけど珍しくもない。そんなの日本中の同年代がリアルタイムで経験してる。
Well, not only Japan, I guess. So, joining the club not in Poland.
俺は別に数が多いことをバカにしてるわけじゃないぜ。要はそれだけ選びやすい道だってことを言いたいのさ。選択肢があるように見せかけて、実は人生一本道なのかもしれないってな。
In other words, what if you are not choosing but instead being made to choose?
少なくともこの国じゃ最大公約数が強いだろ。出る杭は打たれる、天才は孤独、はぶられるバカ、いじめかっこ悪い。なんでもいいがよ。まあそれは現実的な解釈で理屈つけた場合の話で。俺はなんて言うかな。デジャブるんだよ。これ、前にもやったんじゃねえのかなって。楽しくないんだ。新鮮味がない。前にも読んだことある気がするんだ。この話。
With what?
フラグ立てと、フラグ折りさ。
Okay, that's the guy, that's definitely the guy. And what was that supposed to...
言ってもわかんねえかもしれねえな。だってお前、好きだろそれ。何もかもが基地の範疇。1から10まで同じことを生まれて死ぬまで繰り返したい。そんな変人、他に知らんし。そもそも、俺の話に出てくるお前は、なんかずれてるトリックスターみたいなもんなんだよ。
I could have said the same about him myself. She was the sort of guy who was impossible to read, and impossible to get a handle on. He certainly wasn't the type of character who should have been appearing in my story. So why did it sometimes feel like he was a central figure in it? If we were going with the whole novel analogy, Shiro was a misprint.
そんなお前をここでどかせば、話が変わってくるかもしれない。な顔すんなよ。お前だってわかるだろ？俺らはお互いガキの頃にいろんなもんから弾かれてる。本来なら気楽に学園ドラマやってられるような身分じゃないんだ。そしてだからこそ今までそれをやってきた。なのにデジャブが止まらない。挫折もんだよ。泣きたくなる。だから根性なくて悪いけどよ。俺は抜けるぜ。もう付き合う。人生は短い。エンディングが来る前に選択肢の総当たりをやらせてくれ。この一本道、絶対どこかに別ルートがあるはずだ。俺はそれを探したい。結果がたとえバッドエンド一直線でも。
If it's something new, then it's worth checking out either way.
だったらここでお前と切れるってのもなかなか面白いと思うだろ。
I had gotten sick of that grin on his face long ago. It was the sort of expression that seemed to say he had nary a care in the world. Fitting, really. That was how I knew that nothing I said would get through to him. Wait a second. You mean we are the freaking dark-haired guy, actually? And we are cutting ties with him? Not like I knew what he was going on about in the first place, really. But one thing was for certain, Shiro's gender or whatever was about to diverge completely from my own.
死んだら化けて出てくれよ。俺まだ 幽霊見たことねえし。
So I was prepared for what came next. Fist fights normally can't go too far. After all, you'd be using your actual hands and feet as weapons. If they got fucked up, you were done. It only made sense to call it a draw when you ran out of ammo, so to speak. But Shrew and I were a little stupid to let something like that stop us. You couldn't even really call it a fight. We were both just trying to obliterate each other, plain and simple. There was enough blood pouring down my face to make it seem like I was viewing the world through a red veil. We smacked each other around so much that our hands themselves broke. We even had bones poking out of our skin. Yeah, right. But we just kept at it. My eardrums had shattered long ago. I was lost in a world of noise and violence. My shoulders had dislocated themselves, my chin was split in two, my ribs were bent and broken, piercing various internal organs for good measure. Heh? Here I was hacking up blood like it was going out of style, but sure seemed to be having the time of his life. I didn't focus on anything but the way he exploded with laughter. Why did it end up like this? Why did he need to take it this far?
だから、言ってもわかんねえって。ただ、この町に住んでいたら。
I couldn't remember what he said after that, no matter how hard I tried. All I knew was that we continued brutalizing each other until our bodies ceased to function. It wasn't a matter of one of us deciding to surrender or passing out or whatever. We just quite literally ran out of batteries. We had both taken too much abuse to keep our bodies going with sheer willpower alone. It was no laughing matter. Our battered bodies were just lying there on the rooftop, drowning in a pool of our own blood. We probably would have died if no one had found us. But what did Shiro say?
楽しいな。
No? Seriously, how the fuck could he act like it was just some sort of game? Whoa. Listen to me, dumbass.
こっちに来たけりゃ、いつでも言えよ。
Don't act like you've triumphed over me, like you've gone on to the next level or whatever. Me, come at you. Give me a fucking break. You're the one who needs to crawl out of the gutter and come at me, shithead. Well... Nice words are used in this game. Left cheekbones, upper jawbone, lower jawbone, right eye, thumbs, nasal bones, all varying degrees or fractured. Left collarbone, completely fractured. Upper left carpus and middle left hand bones, completely fractured. Right shoulder dislocated. Right ulna, metacarpus and carpal bones, completely fractured. Ribs 3 and 4 of the right rib cage, completely fractured. Ribs 5 and 6 of the right ribcage, compound fractures. Ribs 4 to 6 of the left ribcage, completely fractured. Ribs 7 and 8 of left ribcage, compound fractures. Right femur, partially fractured. Right tibia, left fibula, both metatarsals, completely fractured. Not to mention all the various sprains, bruises, cuts, and lacerations. In total, I had damaged 48 distinct locations. If you listed it out like that, it sounded like I got in a fight with a dump truck or something. I was surprised I even made it to the hospital in one piece. To be honest, though, I would have been okay with dying. It wasn't that I had no regrets. I just kind of reached this zen state, like if I was going to die. So be it. Maybe it would be better to say that I just stopped caring. That fight had been enough excitement for one lifetime. I lost the will to do anything, barely paying attention to the world around me. I stopped giving a shit about myself either way. Despite my rather unhealthy mental state, my body recovered quickly, enough to shock even doctors attending me. More than a little ironic. Honestly, there was a part of me that wanted to laze around in that hospital a little longer, but I suppose there simply weren't enough beds to keep someone fully recovered lying around forever. The hospital staff told me that I needed to get out of there if I was well enough to be walking around. I had no choice in the matter. I wasn't a fan of the idea of someone who actually needed care being turned away because of my selfishness. It was for the best that I complied with the staff's request. Regardless of my feelings, the world would keep on turning. They said that time stopped for no man, after all. No turning back. What was done was done. Right now, the important thing was thinking about what would come next. It didn't matter whether or not I was capable of doing it. I had to face the fact that it was necessary. Period. That was the only way I would ever be able to move forward. So I decided to walk out of there with a smile on my face, one way or another. I headed back to my room to pick up my things after taking care of the checkout procedure. Of course, the only real personal effects I had brought with me were some changes of clothes and an MD player. MD player? What's that? I had spent 2 months in the hospital room. This hospital room, of course. But I figured cleaning it up would probably only take around 5 minutes. Alright. But before we will clean and so on, then dude, you shall tell me, what's an MD player? I probably know. Okay, mini disc, I'm so dumb. That's not how it's called in Poland, but well, that's probably why I got a little confused. Anywho, it ended up taking 10, but hey, same difference. The extra 5 were a result of having to clean up all the junk that Kasumi brought in while visiting. There were... Kasumi? Wasn't... When we started the new game, wasn't she there somewhere? Some Kasumi? I think... Well, the game has girls, so yeah. I think that's why I said she, right? Alright, there were various comics, novels, and even adult magazines. I seriously don't know what she was thinking with these. Okay, we know it's her. Scattered all over the place, more than a dozen in total. Well, maybe she wanted to suggest you something? But never mind. I already like her. Rather than dealing with them myself, I decided to just send them all back to her place.
じゃあ皆さん、お大事に。いや、あいつは今頃学校ですよ。来るとうるさくなるんで、一足先に。って、そうですか？変な趣味してますね。
What? The other patients in the same room made sure to get in a few last light-hearted jobs. I was never good at dealing with a situation like this. I doubt no one would call me the social type, but thanks to Kasumi, the other patients would often strike up conversations with me. It would be awkward to just ignore them completely after all. My responses were always half-assed, but they didn't seem to mind. Hospitals generally had a gloomy atmosphere about them, so it was only natural that someone cheery like Kasumi would draw attention.
ならあいつの進路に看護師って選択も入れるように言っときますよ。
I took my bag and turned to leave. But at that moment,
白ですか?
Shiro, being just as meta up as I was, had also been taken to this hospital. The bastard disappeared 3 days after his surgery and hadn't been seen since.
知らないですね。あいつがどこで何してようと、俺には関係ありませんよ。
Yeah, exactly. What about Shiro was up to was none of my business. I needed to stop worrying about his bullshit.
じゃあ。
And so, I stepped out of the hospital room, putting it all behind me once and for all. Well, maybe we'll return after what happened. Everything's possible. It had been months since I had last been outside of the hospital. The vast blue sky spread out invitingly above me. In the 2 months I had been hospitalized, autumn had turned to winter. I suddenly became curious as to whether they were already putting up Christmas decorations downtown.
まあ、遠回りなわけでもないし。
I decided it might be fun to experience my own version of the whole Rip Van Winkle experience. I needed a change of pace from the dull scenery I had been stuck staring at from the hospital window anyway. Maybe this would help me get back into the swing of things.
って思ってたんだけどな。
Unfortunately, even downtown there was but the barest trace of the Christmas spirit I had been expecting. It made me realize again just how laid back Suwahara City really was. Suwahara was built back around the time of World War II. Despite being in an isolated location, it was nevertheless fairly prosperous. thanks to efforts on the part of the big shots in charge of the place. Actually, I'm quite curious if that Suwahara City is like just the city created for the purpose of the game. Probably it exists, right? Probably it exists, or maybe not. Suwahara City. Wait, it does not exist actually? Whoa. Okay. So apparently it was created for the purpose of the game. That's nice, that's nice. But I know now that a city called Sahara City exists. Anyway. What Suwahara lacked in history and tradition, it made up for in tourist attractions. There were a number of facilities to draw in crowds with, such as an amusement park that was famous nationwide. You'd call it a small town success story. Of course, I only moved there 2 years ago myself. So I wasn't really one to talk. I was definitely a fan of the landscape and general atmosphere of the city, for it seemed like a hectic place at first glance, but things moved slower in Suwahara than one might think. Once you got used to it, it was as relaxing as a baby's cradle. Of course, most people would tell you the exact opposite, that Suwahara was a lively place with a bustling atmosphere, but I did know a few other people who agreed with my assessment, such as Himura and Shiro. It wasn't like you could really say that either line of thinking was right or wrong, and I didn't feel like trying to argue with people who disagreed. Live and let live, I guess. Anyway, my first foray into a city in 2 months didn't end up changing my impression of it much. In the end, I just came to the boring conclusion that it was the same city as ever, right as I was about to head back. What? A piercing wail akin to the shrieking of a banshee rang out from behind me. So much for enjoying a quiet afternoon. Do we ignore or do we... Let's keep going, right? It was at times like this that I questioned why I was even friends with this girl. In the first place, who would consider it a good idea to start yelling someone's name in the middle of the street like that? You know what? I like her. I really do. I wanted nothing more than to tell her that yeah, I was in a great deal of pain just now, as she had just walloped me something good on the shoulder, but I settled for just giving her a dirty look. This was Kasumi Ayase, my childhood friend of the same age. She was the head of the kendo club at our school. As you can probably tell by this incident, she was rambunctious enough to have competed at the national level several times. Of course. And here she was giving me the same wide smile as usual. I suppose this sort of upbeat attitude was one of her strengths. It was the middle of the day. Why wasn't she at school? I know. Hell if I knew. I threw up my hands. I knew it. Same. Ren say it. Same. I was glad to see that her stupidity was in full form again today. She said as she violently slapped me on the back. And it hurt. Like a bitch.
あんた何一人で勝手に帰ってんのよ。
Wanna go with me?
迎えに行くって私言ったの覚えてないわけ？
I wasn't even around! I mean, he was.
いや、そりゃ覚えてたけど。
I was exactly expecting her to skip school just to come pick me up, and it would have been a pain in the ass to wait around that long. I tried to explain my line of thinking, but Kasumi wasn't having any of it.
じゃああんた後で電話とかする気だったの？
Say yes. Seriously, dude. For your own good, say yes to that. Definitely not.
っていうかお前の番号って何番だっけ？
Dude!
これだから全くこの野郎はよ。何ですか？君は携帯使えないんすか？いつの時代の人ですか？着信履歴の見方すらわからんお人なのですか？
For scalding mode.
失礼だな。それくらいわかるぞ。
じゃあ貸せこのクソ。
Kasumi started away my cell phone and began to tap away at lightning speed.
はい、電話帳のトップに入れといたからね。消したら怒るぞ。つうか閉めるぞ。
Okay. Okay.
笑顔で言うなよ。ところでこれなんだ？愛のヴィーナスって。
Whoa.
あたし。
とりあえず狂気のベルセルクに書いとくけどな。
Whoa.
変えんなっていうかそれ頭痛が痛いと同じレベルの重複表現。
それくらい強調したいんだよ。そもそもヴィーナス名乗るなら少しは女の子らしい言葉を使ってくれ。
Great person, like and.
誰が怒らせてると思ってんのよこのバチ当たり。本来ならこう私の手とかがっしり握ってありがとうかすみ君は僕の天使だよとかそういう感謝の一つや二つってほらこっち見る。
Honestly, I would do that.
あんたいきなり大怪我して入院して私心配して毎日お見舞い行ったのに当の本人は上の空で挙句勝手に退院してこんなところをプラプラしてると何様ですか？マジですか？やる気あんのか？つうかやんのかこら。
やる気も何も。
Kasumi seriously needed the code before she popped in a vein. She was the one acting unreasonable here. Well, I don't think really that's true. Maybe she would calm down a bit if I actually did the whole my angel thing, but I really did not feel like I need to do that.
そもそもあんたは
However, I did have just a thing to shut her up.
とりあえずお前が病室に持ち込んだ諸々は家の方に送っといたぞ。
はい。
Oh.
捨てるわけにもいかないだろう。だから家に送ったんだよ。気が利くだろ。
ちょい待ち。それ全部？
Yup.
そう、全部。
The comics, the books, and, of course, the magazines full of naked ladies.
待って家ってどっちの方よ？
Huh.
実家。
Oh! Ouch!
冗談だよね？
冗談は苦手だな。
Yeah. Same here, Ren.
マジで？
マジだ。
It would be a sad day indeed for Miss Ayase once she received that package and learned what exactly her daughter had been buying.
あんた最悪。買うの恥ずかしかったのに。
じゃあ買うなよ。
でもさ役に立った？
Okay, Pascal, seriously. Now that she mentioned it, the other patients in the room with me had been big fans of those magazines. They didn't pester me while they were occupied with them, so I guess you could say I got use out of them after all. Ew, you know what, now that I think about it, you should have just thrown them away and not sent them to her. Ugh. Come on, others.
そこそこ。
本当にあんたそんなやつだったの？
Well, I wonder what would happen if he said just, just imagining you was enough.
どんなやつだよ。
ねえちょっと具体的にどの号の何ページが役に立ったの？試しに言ってみなさいよ。
You need reference, right? The SMM stuff, like the cosplay stuff, I guess, the jailbait stuff, I guess. I was lying, you idiot. Oh, oh shit. The first choice. Alright, the second save. Alright. No, that's definitely not. Jailbait, no. Cosplay, maybe? I guess. No, I was lying, you idiot.
またまたこいつめ照れちゃって。
Thank you.
私は別にいいけどね。レンがどんな趣味してたって。
Yeah, right.
とにかく怪我が治ってよかったじゃない。特にこことか。
Eh? Where do you touch? She said, poking my cheeks with her thumb. Okay.
昨日まで大きい絆創膏してたから傷が残ってるのかと思ったよ。
ああ、これね。
Shio had been wearing armor rings during our fight, so my cheeks were cut up to hell and back when I first entered the hospital. I didn't really care if it left scars or not myself, but Kasumi got so worked up over it while I was recovering that I kept my face covered with bandages just so she would shut up about it. Case in point.
せっかく綺麗な顔してるんだから傷が残ったらもったいないよね。
Well, thank you. Yuri is amazing as well. There were few things I disliked more than being told that my face looked pretty. Back when I was a kid, I used to get mistaken for a girl all the time. It's not true about me. Unpleasant memories, to say the least. I think. But there is one story that I was told by my mother. Let's not get to that. And even as a teenager, it still happened from time to time, despite the fact that I was hardly short or anything. Scouts trying to recruit female models get called out to me on the street on more than one occasion. That never happened to me. Definitely the kind of thing that dealt a blow to your pride as a man. I would say to let Kasumi have a piece of my mind.
わざわざ学校サボってそれだけ言いに来たのか、お前は。
No, I just wanted to check something. Don't worry, game. Oh, dang.
退院おめでとうって？
ああ、他に用がないなら帰るぞ、俺は。
ああ、なにその言い方、可愛くないな。遊びたいなら遊びたいって言えばいいのに。
は？なんだそれ。
Eh? What are you talking about exactly?
だからこのままデートとかしたくない？
Yes.
全然。
Ren, what are you doing this to me?
あ、いや、まあいいわよ。私もそんなつもりなかったし、上等だもん。帰ったらもう痛くも痒くもないんだもん。
I wasn't sure I understood what was going on inside Kasumi's head at that moment, but that was probably for the best.
でもね、後でレアさんに何か言われたら全部あんたのせいにするからね。
Who?
何？
Why bring up Himura here?
先輩がなんだって？
だから命令されたの。藤井君とデートしてきなさいって。
What? Eh? The hell? What on earth was she thinking?
それでお前はうなずいたわけ？
そりゃあだって断ったら怖いじゃない。
Huh? I wouldn't describe humor as scary. I mean, she was dying, that was a little hard to get a handle on, but still.
デートね。
レイは嫌なの？
I would go the first time you asked.
嫌ってわけじゃないけどな。
Just that I didn't know where we'd even go. Like just going to an amusement park with Kasumi didn't feel like anything special.
俺、大して金持ってないけど。
私もないわよ。
Great. I was about to tell her that we should just forget about it, but Kasumi suddenly started fishing around in her bag.
でも大丈夫。先輩、その辺は卒のない人だから。
What? She finally pulled something out.
チケット2枚。準備万端でしょ？
Himura had provided us with tickets to the local museum. Not exactly what you'd expect a teenager to pick. Guess so. So did this mean that the whole date thing was already set in stone?
ほら、そいじゃ行くよ。
It would seem the answer was yes. Well,
けどお前、芸術に興味なんかあったっけ？
the museum was located away from the main streets. While we were on our way there, I asked Kasumi something that had been on my mind. It wasn't a huge museum or anything, but it was a fancy sort of place that frequently hold exhibitions for paintings, ceramics, and the like. It seemed very Kasumi to me.
似合わないって？
どうだか。ただ、先輩ならハマるかもな。
なんかそれ、私が非生産的なやつみたいで嫌なんですけど。
お前何か生産できたか？
料理作れるよ。
Makes sense to me. Was it really so special? Not that I was one to know. Cooking and me went together about as well as oil and water. Totally not how it works for me, somehow.
とりあえずお前の料理は置いといて、結局何がコンセプトの展示なんだよ。
見てわからない？
Kasumi large that it gets me, a wicked gleam in her eye. Frankly, the text on the tickets was printed so large that it would have been impossible not to notice, but
一応確認だけな。
I was still holding out hope that I was just seeing things, because if I wasn't, then it meant we were straight our own way to a gala featuring an assortment of objects I was not interested in seeing. Unfortunately,
世界の刀剣博物館。
seems okay. My hopes were thoroughly crushed. This was no way to treat someone who just got out of the hospital. Oh, in that case, yeah, I guess you're correct. Anyway, we will get to that date in the next episode of this irae. Then, I think I will enjoy it a lot, to be honest. So yeah, for now, hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.